Hi and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking your day, the time from it, to chill with me. I know these videos are going to be kind of hopefully right when you get home or right before you got like 30 minutes at work to do nothing. You can just kind of watch a video. They're only 10 minutes long, and I have four of them. You could even spread them out. You can watch one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one, at the 4 o'clock coffee break time, and another one at night. But regardless, you found yourself here, and I appreciate you joining me. So, if you're new to the channel, I think you heard me say, but my name is Albert. This is a show where we talk about nothing. And so, if you're new to that, definitely take a look at any of the 640 plus videos that are available for your consumption just right below this screen. So, legit, if you just look down and you see that on your screen, you'll see my channel, you'll see the videos, the channel description, and I'm a definitely open book, and I definitely say wrong sentences because it's sort of like improv. That's what it is. And just kind of like writing, sometimes you write the wrong thing and you have to go back, and these is called proofreading, but we don't have that luxury here. So it's just as you go. So forgive me for confusing prepositions and nouns and the phrases that it makes, the subject and the predicate. That, I really messed up a sentence there and I feel terrible about it because I typically, just like writing, I feel like it's important to be as articulate as possible, because otherwise, how can somebody understand you? And ironically enough, that is what actually leads us into today's topic, which is a language barrier. And moreover, how to deal with the language barrier. Because just like barriers, they are going to come up in life. And something I've noticed as a middle aged person re entering the workforce is that there are still certain kinds of industries where it is imperative as an American that you do your best to learn whatever kind of native language you're surrounded by. And that could be any type of dialect of Asia. It could be any kind of Central or South American or Canadian, even, or Russian. But anywhere that you work, and that would be different if you found yourself in a place here in America where the predominant language spoken was Russian. Or, I mean, it could happen. Maybe there's like a Russian restaurant. Is there such thing as Russian food? Now that we're talking about all of this out loud, is this a thing? Like, why have I never seen any Russian restaurants? There's Mexican restaurants, there's American restaurants, cuisine, there's French restaurants, there's a bunch of restaurants, there's Indian restaurants, Native American restaurants. I've I'm wondering about the Russian restaurants. So what do Russians eat? Why do we not know? So like everyone around the world even can generalize and stereotype an American. I mean, this is textbook, but we have nothing on anyone. Do any of us know about anyone else other than ourselves? And if that's the case, doesn't that show something about ourselves, or doesn't it say something? Because I legit cannot name a single Russian food. I mean, I want to say baklava, but that maybe is not Russian. Maybe that's, I don't know what that is, honestly. It sounds Russian, but if baklava is Russian and it's the only Russian food that I know, well, definitely I like baklava. And I've said before that I don't think Russian people are bad. I think maybe the person who, you can't, if you, okay, you can't be a bad guy if you can ride a horse bareback without a shirt. That's my argument. As much as we might want to say that Putin's a bad dude, if you can get away with wearing a cowboy hat, with cowboy boots, with some Levi's, and a dope belt, with no shirt, riding a horse bareback, you're a champion in my book, okay? So I'm just saying, like, I mean, you'd have to be Donald Trump to not be still liked and to have all of those traits. So I'm just saying, and no insult to anyone other than Donald Trump there, because that was kind of a low blow. But hey, you wouldn't you know, old man, I'm talking my game now, but we probably all know that I'll be still talking my game in a few months, but hey, at least you'll be president. And you'll be doing all of what you can to take away not just my rights, but most of all the other people that I know, my colleagues, my coworkers, my peers, my friends, my family. So ahead of time, I'd like to just say thanks, Richard. Anyways, I really think that language barriers, when you encounter them, and this could be through any number of different instances. It could be because somebody's not speaking loud enough. It could be because somebody is speaking too quickly. It could be because somebody is mumble rapping a sentence. There just must be some kind of a standard set forth to still be able to communicate. You still got to get it done. It still must happen because the alternative is a bunch of stress, a bunch of drama from the unwillingness to really be the responsible person as it would be as an American to just say, hey, it's cool. I'm in a Russian restaurant and need to learn Russian, or just enough to make it so that I'm accepted because people get that. I know that as an English speaker, as a native English speaker, and I really do speak a lot of Spanish. And the thing is when I encounter Spanish people who are just as willing to learn English so much as I'm willing to learn Spanish, that's like the best combination of the two. When both people have informed consent of that same kind of urge to learn and for no betterment of anyone other than themselves, because this is the kind of stuff that you're going to take with you throughout your life, is the ability and or inability to communicate with others in the workplace. And so it's just, you got to have a good attitude. And most of it comes down to having a good attitude. A lot of our videos have been completely dedicated to talk about nothing as it concerns just having a good attitude. But having a good attitude transcends native dialects and indigenous languages as it concerns being a traveling person within that equation. If you have a good attitude, people know that. People, just like dogs know who weirdos are, you know? And sometimes they're completely wrong because they're actually in the company of some weirdos. So dogs are like 80-20. You feel me? But like, you see what I'm saying? In that same sort of sense, the feeling that you get when you're around some people, it doesn't matter what kind of language that you speak. And sometimes, just like you can't judge a book by its cover, people don't speak the language that they appear to speak. And isn't that crazy? I think it's such an eye opener. I have been in so many instances in life where I've been on my own. Ironic, I just enough, I've been on my own and I'm like on a bus or something and I hear different languages coming from people that don't look like they'd speak those languages. And it's so interesting because you realize that it doesn't matter what people look like. It really doesn't. They just, when they open their mouths, we are who we are because of where we're from. That's a big part of who we are. And I think we forget that because I think a lot of people are told not to value culture. And if they are taught to value culture, it's more of a kind of narrow culture that is often discriminatory. But if we can encourage culture and the promotion of culture through intergenerational wealth building as it concerns not finance, but the relationships that people have with older people and the actual kind of value that it places, that's just one example. But I just think that it doesn't matter what kind of a barrier you're facing in life. It is really a lot about an attitude. And that's easy to say when you have a roof over your head or you have um, a stomach that's full because you were able to eat. I understand that. Situations can be very different. And unfortunately, there might be a lot of people, there are a lot of people, you might know somebody out there that is way off. You feel me? And that becomes another question. How do you help others out? And I think the best of us think like this. We don't just think about how to improve our own lives, and it reflects in our attitude and the way that we treat people. And I feel like it doesn't matter what kind of a barrier you're facing, if you have a good attitude about it, your likelihood of success is far greater than it would have been if you just had the kind of attitude that is already accepted defeat. I hope that you guys have a really good day. Thanks for watching my show. I really appreciate it. I hope that you have a wonderful Monday night. I would say something like enjoy Monday Night Football, but I don't even know if the football season has started. So I don't know. Just whatever you do on Monday nights, enjoy doing it. But until then, bye. Or, I mean, until the next time, because I just said until then, but there was no. Have a good day. Bye.